Okay, so now we're gonna remove this paneling from the back. If you don't have a door handle, you won't need to worry about any screws in there. There is one security bit right in there. You'll need a T30 bit. Put in there. You'll take that screw out, and then the rest of it you should just be able to pop off once you're done with that. Starting with the top piece, it overlays, so you'll pop this off. You can get most of this with your hand. If not, you'll use a trim removal kit. I got a putty knife. You could use a screwdriver, but you risk chipping or denting it. The larger, flatter surface you have, the better off you'll be without breaking anything. So put that up in there. Sounds like that's out. I'll loose that screw. Guess that'll do. Start here. Chevy pop. This side off. Be better if I had two hands. Just want to feel once it gets tight, that's where you'll pull. Make sure you don't break those clips. We'll come back over here. Same thing. There. Careful, these wires aren't tucked in here. Same over here. Don't want to ruin those. And we can start working this panel. Okay, I want to put the phone down so I can use two hands. Okay, one thing I forgot to say before you do that, shut the door and lift this lift gate, because apparently I forgot a screw. Oh, it's not a screw. It's just a pin, and that'll allow the rest of it to come on. Yeah, so I was having some difficulty taking this off. I thought I left a screw in there, but apparently right here on the inside of your hatch, there'll be this little pin. You gotta pop that out, and that'll allow that to come out. When you put it back in, you'll make sure this is out. You'll pop it in. And once you get it in there, you'll push this and that'll pop that wide so you can get it out. So what I'm doing, the reason I took this off is because my license plate pocket broke, obviously. My ingenuity, can't speak English, I promise. So I gotta take all those parts out. There's gonna be all these bolts on this inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, it looks like, all the way around. And we'll be able to pop a new one in, or I can replace the brackets and see how we can get that fixed. So for these bolts for the license plate bracket bolts, you'll need a 10mm if you have one, because this is for everything, so you probably don't have one. You know, you gotta lose them. And I'm gonna need two hands for this. We'll be back. So we got all those bolts off, but there is this one here. It's hard to get to with this locking mechanism in the way. So if you have one of these that can change directions, that'll be your best friend to get up in there. Then you get that removed. All of these are the same size except for that one behind the locking mechanism, that's a lot longer of a bolt. It looks like that might be part of the license plate bracket when you buy a new one, so you might not even need to keep this bolt. So if you need to replace this cord for your license plate lights underneath your back panel, you'll have this. Undo this clip here. That'll pull that off, unhooking it from the harness. Then you'll come up here and you'll push those two sides in, and it'll pop through. You can undo it just like that. And then you can pump it through the back. And then you can replace that if you have to. So now we're gonna remove all the carpet from inside. You'll need a T50 for these here. Okay, we got all those off. Now we need to come over here where your jack and lug remover is, and your little fuse box. You'll need a 10mm screw. Got an extender on there, so we can get down in there and get some of those ones that are tough to get to. We'll get those off and then we'll come back. It's pretty quick with the drill. Pop that off. Go ahead and take these off by hand. Again, make sure you got a bag or a spot to put all these little things. And you can, if you use a bag, you can label everything where they go, and that way you don't have to worry about what's what, especially when it comes to bolts, because sometimes some things in different areas are different lengths, even though they're the same size with the same bolt. Be careful when removing this, but there are some spots that are already cut. Let me get onto there. Kind of pull this out. So when you start pulling this out, you just kind of have to finesse this and you can get the carpet out from over it. But before we do any of that, we got to go through and take off the panels. Same with this here. Start on the top, work your way down. Get that side over there. Now we might have to take these side panels off too, and then all this carpet should come out. Sorry, a lot of this is in breakaways. I'm working on getting a decent camera, so I'm not having to use my phone. Take this back trim off, you'll start popping this off. There's little screws here that are holding that in place. You will have to take these top half off first before you take the bottom. Something doesn't feel like it's coming off smooth, where you feel those little clips, don't force it, you'll just break it. Take another look, and that's when you'll see that certain parts should come off first. You don't want to replace any of this stuff if you don't have to. So I'll get back to taking off all this stuff, and we'll come back when I got the carpet out. Here on the seat belts, to take this top panel off, you'll pull this up. Again, there's little plastic pieces on there. Don't force it, pop one side then the other. You'll use that same T50. Take the seatbelt off. This is in two parts, so you won't have to remove the whole seatbelt. You can just pull it out from around it. For the seatbelts, once you remove them, if you want to keep the bolt in there, and then just clip this piece back on, that'll keep you from losing those pieces. There are little washers that are in there. They are bent. This one stayed in, so I'm not worried about it. I did mess up and accidentally snapped that. Luckily, it's got 3 other clips, so not the end of the world. But again, just caution when you're doing these things, especially when your vehicle's over 20 years old and in the desert. It's not as tough as you think. Thought I was in the clear, started ripping this off. There's a little screw there. And same on that side. So again, remember, always go slow when you feel a tension and give it that pull. Make sure it's the clips coming undone and not something like that. If I would have ripped that, that would have broke, and then this would have been loose and rattled. There's another one on the bottom. Don't forget about those, or you can't get this off. So on the back of these panels, there's a lot of insulation. It is old. It's falling apart, as you can see with just the wind. I'm going to be deep cleaning these and repainting these. So I will be removing all of this. Look at that. Yeah. 24-year-old car. Anyways, so you can go ahead and re-insulate it. I might even maybe just do some expanding foam in these areas. We'll see what I end up doing at the end. But for now, I'm just ripping all this off and throwing it in the trash. So we got this side done. Best part is the first half is always the hardest because you're learning where everything is. Half the time, this side is exactly the same. So now that I've already done over there, I can come over here and easily do this side. Like I said, you're gonna feel a little tight. You can give it that pull, keep going down, you feel that little tight. That's when you can give it a pull. You don't wanna start ripping everything from up here. That's how you break the plastic. Come down here, you feel a little tightness. This one you give it a pull. Keep going. Same thing, we'll feel around. It's starting to get tight. Give it a little pull, keep going. Feels that tightness. Give that pull. The rest of that is up here. So you go up here. It's tight. Give that a little bit of a pull. Go down. Feel that tightness. And everywhere it starts to feel tight, that's how you know there's going to be a pin there. Done. And we'll go ahead. Same thing here. Feel that tightness. Pull. Come up. You can tell it's super loose down here, but it's tight up here, so you know there's going to be a pin here. Get that out. Put the seatbelt out of the way. Come back over here. You can feel some tightness here, so you know there's a pin there. Maybe we'll start from the bottom. Oh, looks like we got a lighter thing. Again, don't go too fast. That's why you go easy. You can feel that there. Looks like there's a couple pins. These are always a pain in the ass. So I might need two hands. I was trying to show you that now I could do it with one hand now that I know what's going on. But I'll get this done and we'll come back. Okay, we took the rest of the panels off. Now the carpet's ready to come out. This one's hard to get out because of that blower for the AC. Pretty sure that's where the AC blower motor's at. Don't know exactly, so we'll find out eventually because I will be taking the dash off. But for now, that can just stay there because the carpet can come out from around it. But for this point in time, to take this back carpet off, this one underneath, I just cut it. The center console is going to go right here. Not too worried about it. So now we can pull all this out. Although it does look like I will need to take this whole thing out to get this front carpet out. We'll see. Start ripping this out. Looks like there's some insulation under here also. It looks like I'm gonna get a bunch of change. I need two hands for this. So I'll put this down and I'll come back. Okay. It's all the back paneling. Rear carpet removed. So we can blow all this dust out, give it a good spray down, wipe it, Get all that dust out of here before we put the carpet back. Before we put the carpet back, I'm gonna pressure wash it, get it all cleaned up. All the pieces pressure washed and degreased. Let them dry, and then we will be able to paint. So let the seats out drying. Put the carpet out. Probably shouldn't leave it like that to dry so it doesn't fuck up the formation, but we'll worry about that another time. Next will be the door panels. We still gotta do that front carpet. So much dirt. Like a beach in here.